In Peterborough, 29-year-old Shankia has come to her church to meet other members of her Jamaican community. Currently, she is still illegally in the UK.
I don't know how this country could see that you've been here since you was 12 years old. And they want to pick you up and put you in a country where you know nobody. And you, as a young lady, going out there to nobody, the moment you step off that plane, you're a target for every criminal out there.
I used to live in Jamaica, and when I went back to Jamaica last year after being away for some time, I got robbed at the petrol station.
If you're there permanently, you're going to be under constant threat. Your life is in danger.
Each time we submit the application, all the statistics and newspaper articles and criminal statistics is sent, but it's not taken into consideration.
This government needs to be held accountable.
Yes.
You know,
even now.
Anything happens to Shankia, this government is responsible for it.
Oh, God.
Why is the UK so attractive? We have a fair society. We have a good economy. We are a diverse society where people from different ethnic moralities are welcome.
These are all the people that I love. My family, biological family, and extended family and friends. I can't imagine my life without them.
The trouble is that we are then faced with a sort of mass immigration, which in our small island we can't really allow.
I've got a document which I'd like to go through with each of you, so I've made 3 copies.
It's the week after Stephen's breakthrough, and he's called Nancy's family in to share the news.
So, the rules that we found determined that the leave that you should be given is indefinite leave.
Brilliant.
Because what the Home Office has done is they've taken regulations which apply now and they've assumed that similar regulations applied back then. But actually, they're just plain wrong.
Okay.
And the most important point, and this really took my breath away when I discovered it, says, and I quote, "A child should be given leave to remain for the same period, which may be an indefinite period, as his parents." We don't have to go any further because that's made your case.
Yeah.
I'll just say as a little aside, where this stuff was found, if you try and find the immigration rules, which were enforced back in the early 1980s, they're not available online.
They've hidden them very well.
Yeah, if you phone the House of Commons, the House of Commons publications, they're not available.
How did you get them?
There's one library, which is the Lincoln's Inn Library, and a librarian since the 1980s has been keeping photocopies of immigration rules in a bound volume.
Bless her heart.
Since 1988.
She's an angel. So she saw the papers and said, "Oh, this will be handy in the future," so she kept it.
Yeah. So we've got gold in our hands right now, have we?
So no more applications and crossing fingers and hoping for the best. This is phase 2.
We knew that Nancy's case rested on the fact that she had always had indefinite leave to remain.
So if this succeeds for our mum, then automatically it succeeds for us as well.
Yeah.
Your case solves ours.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. That means the love cascades down the generations, okay? And you can say, "Thank you, Mum."
Thank you, Stephen.
We don't. But over and above that, you will very shortly receive a reply from the Home Office to your UK father, UKF application.
Registration under UKF is the silver standard of citizenship because it stops with you, doesn't pass on to the next generation. But we knew that Nancy was entitled to the gold standard, which means that your children will automatically be British citizens.
Are we going to celebrate afterwards? What are we going to do? Go out for a meal or something?
Yeah.
Go to a disco. Just go. No.
I do it because I enjoy it.
I know. Even when I'm not enjoying it, he's taking real pleasure out of it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And thankfully, the records which we've now turned up will benefit lots of other Windrush claimants.
How many people can this help?
The estimate is about 50,000 or so who have been deprived of their status. But if you multiply up that number of people, because if they had 2 or 3 children, then that's another 150,000 people.
Like, that's just made me sick. Like, I don't understand. All those people, like, it's just
hundreds of thousands of people just because of this like plot hole, basically. Their lives have been destroyed.
We've been in limbo for the last 5 years. The girls haven't been able to move on. They see their friends progressing in life when they've just been stuck. I'm disgusted with this whole system, really. Yeah.
We don't win anything. We get what's ours, rightfully ours, so we're not exactly like cheerful, yay, finally we got this, no, we deserve it, so now it's ours.
It was supposed to be ours in the first place.
Nancy has been through the mill. That's because the immigration rules and immigration law changes with an astonishing degree of regularity. So people constantly fall foul of those changes, often with the best of intentions, trying to regularise their position and then inadvertently jeopardising their position. But I won't ever give up on the case. If there's an underlying entitlement that somebody has, you can't let it go. It has to be seen through to a conclusion, because that's just the right thing to do.
In Cardiff, Kingsley's been asked to come and see Mike McGarvey. The results of his asylum appeal are in.
Right, Kingsley, do you want to come in, mate? Have a seat, my friend.
Thank you.
Right, well, I've received a decision today. All right, now, I have to tell you that basically we lost.
Master.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, again, yeah. Sorry about that, Kingsley.
I feel so very, very low. I don't know what is not going well, or I don't know.
Well, I'm about to tell you that, I know, I've got it here. Yeah, look, if we have a look at it, if you could, I don't know if you feel up to reading it, but the part that really counts, I suppose, is the bit where the judge gives his conclusions, all right? So the judge says your demonstrations and activities were a cynical attempt to remain in the UK.
Let my whole family...
If you were at risk when you arrived in the UK, you should have claimed asylum immediately.
I didn't know anything about asylum.
The Home Office view, and the court view for that matter.
I didn't know anything about asylum.
Look, Kingsley, this is not rocket science, okay? It's dead simple. We had an expert report. The expert report said, you're at risk. Kingsley should win. The judge looked at you, said, I don't like this guy. He tells lies. He's like, now, how can I refuse this guy? Right, I have to attack his expert. So he did. Your expert's not an expert, he said. I've always impressed upon my clients that it's very important to tell the truth. Don't make things up. You know, there's no one to impress. But clients, of course, you know, they like to tell elaborate stories, and then they make a mistake, and then they're seen as being incredible. If you have what they call a bad immigration history, that's going to infect every part of your asylum claim. I think that went a long way towards his refusal.
But even though Kingsley's claim has been refused, he is still entitled to make another appeal.
No, I don't think it's right. First judge says no, second judge says no, third judge says yes. So, there's a form here. I just had it. Got it here somewhere, I don't know where it is. It's not there, here it is. Right, so yeah, look, you see, it says here, either party may apply to the upper tribunal for permission to appeal to the relevant appellate court. I think it's 12 working days. No, electronic. I keep forgetting this because it's kind of complicated. 14 days? No, it's very confusing.
I feel so...
So we could sit here, crying our beer, or We can go on with it and see if we can get some justice, Kingsley.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. Okay then, Kings. There you go, mate.
So, are you going to do the appeal?
Yes. I've got 2 weeks, Kingsley.
It's the night before Shankia has to visit a police station to sign the Home Office register.
Hello, my name is Shankia Stewart.
Yes, hello there. How can I help?
It's time for last-minute advice from her lawyer.
I did speak with Mr. Mondaire, and he said that later this week we will update you as to the current status by email.
Okay, no, I just wanted to ask a few questions. If I was to be detained tomorrow, what should I do?
If you are detained tomorrow, please contact us.
What if...
Okay, we have a procedure for that. Thank you very much for your call.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
After 10 years of fighting, I can tell you today, I feel so close to be detained. Every morning I wake up and I wonder if there's going to be a knock. And the most important factor is that I have to go sign on with the immigration officers. Is there going to be a border force person waiting for me?
What are they saying?
I've got you. Text me when you're finished. What time is it? I need to do like a big text and just line it up and send it to everybody. Hello.
I bought your thing.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, you got.
Oh, it's nice and warm, isn't it?
Oh gosh.
So, here we go again.
Welcome.
Do you want us to come with you? Will we be allowed to?
I doubt it's going to be in a private room. I don't think they've got facilities like that. I think it's just going to be outside, you know.
Yeah. Do they take you without anything? No clothes?
Yeah, they do. So I've just walked with my medication.
I think I would say, if you do go out of sight, will you ask for one of us to go with you?
Yeah, I will ask for both of you to go.
Before you deport someone, there really must be a very rigorous internal review process. Every aspect of that person's file should be reviewed, including their links to the UK. Were they born here? Do they have family here? Is this their country? And then after that, they must have a robust right to appeal. Before you even think about deporting somebody, even as a government official, you would want to make sure that that decision is robust, that it's difficult to challenge, and that you've made the right decision. But unfortunately, we just don't see that.
It feels very demeaning to ask for money, especially at my age. It feels like at times as if you're a sponge. I basically look back at my 20s thinking, what happened? It's just been a waiting game.
The hostile environment doesn't have any impact on immigration. Immigration is driven by external factors. What it does is it causes a lot of acute suffering, and it pushes people to the margins, sometimes with devastating consequences in their lives.
Going back to Cameroon was going to face a firing squad. I'm not ready for that. Otherwise, nobody wants to die.
Next time.
Oh, Grace.
when immigration pulls families apart.
I'm missing you too. We're a family divided, all because of this visa.
And can it be hard, really hard?
We're running out of time now for the next stage of the visa application.
I'm too nervous. I'm going to just let on you open it.